Hello, and welcome to episode 55 of the Movie Bros podcast. As always, we are your hosts, Duncan and Hayden. I'm Duncan, he's Hayden. Hello, hello. Salutations, everyone.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're in for a slow burn discussion, perhaps.
Yeah, we'll see what we have to even talk about for this, because Jesus Christ. If you are new, this is two brothers who pick a movie, watch that movie, discuss, ramble, banter, and argue about said movie, and then post it for you fine folk to listen to. And like we said at the top, there's over 50 episodes to choose from, so if you want to scroll backwards, I've had a couple friends discover this and randomly, you don't have to listen to every episode, but maybe you want to listen to the ones that at least the movies you've seen, or maybe you want to discover something new. There's lots to choose from. This podcast is available on Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram at @themovie_bros.
Are we
Shoot us a
not still
DM or
on
something like that.
Amazon and iTunes?
I haven't checked that stuff in so long, I have no idea.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't use it, so.
Either way, yeah, reach out if you want to reach out. That's what this is. That's who we are. Without further ado, Hayden, what did we watch and what are we talking about this week?
We were talking about the movie The Brutalist from this last year. I'm going to rattle through some information here and then we can get into some thoughts and discussion. So, as I say, The Brutalist, released in the year 2024. This is written, directed, and produced by Brady Corbet, a name that I had never heard of before. So I looked at see what else he had done. It is literally just this, a couple shorts, and a really bad horror movie with Natalie Portman about like a Lady Gaga music star who goes crazy or something and is supposed to be not good.
Okay.
So I thought that was weird. Like, you go from essentially nothing to one of the most nominated movies of its year, and it's got all these stars and all these acolytes and accolades. Yeah, just thought it was interesting. Music here is by Daniel Blumberg, a name I also don't recognize, but I greatly enjoyed. Cinematography is by Loa Crowley. This stars Adrian Brody, Felicity Jones, Guy Pearce, Rafi Cassidy, Joe Alwyn, Stacey Martin, Alessandro Nivola, and Isaac Di Bancole. So I have a couple bits of trivia here. The obvious ones is that, yes, this was an Oscar nominated and an Oscar winning movie. So this was nominated for 10 Oscars. It won 3 of those. Which do you believe it was? Obviously, we know one of them.
Best lead actor.
Yep.
Maybe something sound or cinematography wise, I'm going to guess. Maybe original screenplay?
So it grabbed best cinematography, which I absolutely think it deserves.
We'll talk about it.
And then best music, which is, I really like the music, but it is definitely weird. And then the things it was nominated for that it did not win. Nominated for Best Picture, did not win. Obviously, Anora won.
It's weird. Like, I've now seen both. And
actually, I was thinking about that. Okay, which do you think is the better movie? Do you think Anora? I'm because I know you've seen both of them now.
Mm-hmm. I would say Anora is at least more palatable because it's not 3.5 hours. But if you look at I don't know, I feel like in a lot of ways, Brutalist is more like your traditional oh, this is probably what should have won.
It definitely screamed Oscar bait the whole time.
Yes, exactly. So I don't know. There's not a real answer to that, but I kind of wish neither of them had won, and they should have just stuck with Dune or something, or like that, but whatever.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, and that Dune was snubbed a lot. Again, a lot of these are going to be it lost to Anora. So best director lost to Sean Baker, best actress lost to Mikey Madison, best supporting actor lost to Kieran Culkin in A Real Pain, which we talked about 20 episodes ago. You guys should go check that out. It definitely deserved. Best original screenplay lost to Anora. And then best production design lost to Wicked, which that makes sense. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with it, but that makes sense. And then again, best editing lost to Honora.
Yeah, that's fine. A lot of those, that's perfect. Like, it's fine to be nominated, but like, yeah, that's fine.
And then the other bit of trivia I have is that one of the actors that shows up in this previously showed up in a movie we had already watched. Did you recognize him?
I'm going to. Is it his cousin or whatever, Attila?
It is his cousin. What did we see him in?
I mean, that guy's been in a ton of stuff.
We had a whole episode about this movie.
Let me get. We've done 50 fucking. Okay, let me think about it.
Don't Google. Don't Google.
I'm not googling. I'm not googling. Let me think.
Do you want a hint?
Yeah. Can I get a hint?
He's most memorable in that movie for making a very weird noise.
Dude, what the fuck? Oh, he's Rhino. Okay.
He's Rhino. I'm like,
Yes.
why do I recognize this guy? I'm like, oh, he was in fucking Craven the Hunter.
He has done other things, and like a lot of his
Yes.
stuff I actually very much enjoy. But yes,
I think definitely in this it shows he can actually act. I don't
well,
think
dude,
anyone
Most
escaped
Violent
Craven the Hunter.
Year, Jurassic Park, uh, Art of
Which
Self
Jurassic
Defense.
Park was he in? Because not
He's
to
in the
jump
third
ahead.
one. He's the young kid who does like the parachuting.
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm. Granted, he's like maybe 25 in
I was
that.
gonna say that movie came out in like the year 2000, so
Yeah, he's probably. I bet he's late 40s now.
probably. Well, do we want to do ratings or do we want to jump in and try and
I
dissect this?
I got,
You
dude.
know,
There's not a lot of gas in my tank right now.
I had that
I don't
thought.
give a shit. um,
Why
I
don't
would
we lead
say,
off with some ratings and then we can kind of pick apart the movie a little bit, and so we don't do the movie's mistake of making everyone wait until the end.
yeah, I would say I haven't given a rating after watching this yet.
That's fair.
Maybe 3 to 3.5 out of 5. Is maybe where I'd be sitting at.
I am also probably landing at like 2.7 to 5 or 3 out of 5. Yeah.
There's a lot in this that is good, but
There's a lot of
there's
it they could just take the fuck out.
yes, yeah, Jesus Christ.
And I feel like it was purposely stretched out for no real reason, just so they could be, oh, look how long we are. We even have an intermission. There's so much here that is just slow for the sake of being slow. So many long conversations that don't really
Mm-hmm.
have much to do with anything other than, hey, look, we have good actors. Which
I
I get
was
it, but
thinking,
it's
I
just
was thinking though,
eh.
like imagine watching this at a theater and actually like having the maybe it would be a different experience on a bigger screen with the intermission and like
I
I
think
don't
I'd be
know.
more bored.
I, there was a lot of parts in this where I was like, man, I'd much rather just be doing something else right now.
I
Yeah.
actively fast forward through some stuff, and I
There was a
never
couple
do
scenes
that.
where I skipped. I was like, yeah, okay, I get it. I get the scene. I
And
understand that.
I skipped through a lot of the needless sex scenes, and I
That
don't.
dude, they were so early on with like, hey,
Yeah,
here's Adrian Brody getting a blowjob.
I I don't want to get in a soapbox about this, but the older I get, my old age of 32, the older I get, the less I appreciate sex scenes. I don't like them. They don't further any kind of a plot. I think they are entirely unnecessary, and they are
Yeah,
definitely unnecessary in this.
it is very rare that they truly serve a purpose unless the movie is clearly about like those like it's all about those two people's
Sure.
relationship. But
Like
this is not
I
that
actually think
movie.
that there is one sex scene in this that does actually need to happen, and it's like the heroin one towards the end.
The
That
one
one
with
makes
her
sense.
or the one with him?
What do you mean?
The consensual one or the not consensual one?
Oh, see, I didn't even consider the non-consensual one to be one.
Okay, I was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Trust me, I have it's been like 2 days for me since I finished watching this. I have gone back and forth on what I feel about the non-consensual bit. I was more talking about the
Sure,
consensual one.
sure.
Like that one makes sense for like
Yes.
we're finally coming to a head of them finally being together physically and emotionally, and
Mm-hmm.
he's following her and giving up on his spiraling dream of this big building. So that one makes sense. I don't understand why within the first couple minutes of us watching the movie where we get him getting a blowjob. I
Yep.
don't get why there's a super weird scene where he falls asleep in a theater and then we just watch like porn from the 20s for some reason for like a
Well,
solid minute and a half.
he's in it. Yeah. Okay. The time, even if he was like, it's that kind of theater, sure, but you didn't need to see it for that long.
No, and it didn't do anything for the it doesn't help you understand the character. It doesn't help me understand anything other than, hey, look, black and white boobs. I don't get it. Why is this here?
Yeah. It, and the trade-off is there are some long shots that I was like, "Oh, I really enjoy this," but I think the main thing that, at least for me, and it sounds like it's going to be both of us for this movie, is just editing could have been more aggressive.
I do think the pace was deliberate, but not in a way that worked for me. I know that like after I watched this and I kind of wrote down some of my thoughts, I went and like, okay, how do I stack up against a lot of other people? And it is very divisive. Like either people like, oh, this is the absolute definition of cinema, or people are more like us and we're like, yeah, we didn't really get it, a little boring. So I definitely an artistic choice. I don't know if it works for everyone.
I feel like the second half really bogged down a lot.
1,000%.
Like once they were like, okay, we're gonna build this building, I was like, all right, this is cool. Like putting stuff on trains, and then like, okay, never mind, everything's going to shit. We're
I
gonna
would
kind of be
actually
mopey.
pinpoint it to after the non-consensuality, the movie just grinds.
Yeah, oh, for sure, and I think there's about 40 minutes left when
I
that
think it's
happens.
closer to an hour left in that.
Yeah,
So what's some things that you liked?
I mean, at first, so generally speaking, I don't really love brutalism as like a architectural form.
I didn't want to get in a soapbox about that either. I fucking can't stand brutalism.
Okay,
Oh.
so generally speaking, I'm not a fan. However, uh, the library was kind of cool.
The library was kind of cool because it wasn't just all nothing but concrete.
Yes, at least from the outside. And yes, there are some. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's not really my thing. But yes, I think the library was cool. The music generally, I mean,
Very,
I
very
even
cool.
before I finished the movie, I had already saved a couple of the songs to a couple playlists.
hmm I really like how it's like it starts off sounding I don't want to say like normal soundtrack music, but it starts off sounding like rousing and you got the
Hmm.
pumping of the iron in the background and then you got like weird dissonant stuff coming in towards the latter half. It's really unique sounding. I enjoyed it a lot.
Hmm. Yeah, I liked all the like. I think it sounded like probably French horns. I think is what I was hearing for a lot of it.
Probably.
In a lot of ways, for some reason, this reminded me of Oppenheimer, of like the
I
like
had that thought
sort of
too.
tortured artist who's like trying to build something, and yeah, I don't know.
So I did have the thought of okay, so this didn't come out the same year as Oppenheimer, obviously, but like it is absolutely fair to compare these two as they're both, as you just said, like long, dialogue heavy, kind of slow moving sort of biographies. What makes Oppenheimer so much better though? Because it clearly is.
Well, I don't think it ever really gets that. I mean, I think I think it's I think it's more exciting to look at generally because yeah, there's explosions and it's interesting to look at, and the story. Well, yes, the second half is more like the fallout of him building the bomb, and we talked about this on our. I think that was like our longest episode ever, but
It was.
uh, it was still interesting enough to where you weren't like, oh, I need to like fast forward through this.
Yes. I think the reason I came to was that everything in Oppenheimer matters for what we're
Yeah, I was like, there
watching.
wasn't. I mean, yeah, there's a lot there, but there wasn't a lot of fluff.
And I felt like with this, there's a lot here which I think you could argue, okay, this is there for the mood. This is there to set the tone. This is there to
Sure,
set,
sure.
the place in which we are at. But like there's so much of it. And I just it doesn't need to be there, I feel like. On the other hand though, I think this has gotta be I mean, since Oppenheimer, I think this is probably some of the best acting I think I've seen in years from everyone. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Oh yeah, the acting is good. I don't know
Like
if I don't know if Guy Pearce just refuses to play a good guy ever.
He's incredible at this. Like
I mean,
it was
he's
it was
very good
really
as the character.
it was I was kind of debating in my mind while I was watching. Okay, who's the better actor in this? Is it Adrian Brody or is it Guy Pearce? Because they're really good. They're both really inhabiting their roles. I did want to touch on the AI thing that we learned about after this came out that previous year, not due to anything of the actors' choices, but in post production, the director decided to tweak some of their accents with an AI language model.
Yes,
So I definitely don't love that. But if that's the only thing that they tweaked, then I still love the performances because clearly that's not the only thing that helps. That I mean,
hmm boy, does someone need to get Adrian Brody a comb or something for like most of the movie. I was like, dude, just fucking
dude needs to
run a
take
brush
a
through it.
hot shower and he needs to laugh. Like that was kind of my other issue with this is that this
There
is
wasn't a
three
lot of levity
hours
to this.
and there is I don't think I smiled once the entire
hmm
movie. Like this is an
Agreed.
oppressively sad, somber, gritty movie, and I get that that's the point. That this is showing, okay, this is what immigrant life in the 40s and 50s coming from Europe into America. This is how much it would have sucked. Like I get it,
Sure.
but like we're not watching a real biography. Laszlo Toth
Yes, yes,
doesn't exist. Man, show us something funny. Show him at least enjoying something.
yes. And like even there was a few little bits of like hints of that where like he's excited to build something, or like the library goes well, or he's like dancing while on heroin. Sure, but like
Yeah, yeah.
it still wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, I think I agree. I would never really like felt happy at any point watching this movie.
I think
And
I felt impressed a lot, but I was never like, "Oh,
agreed.
I'm enjoying this."
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, yes, I would say more
Or
impressed than enjoying.
maybe not enjoying, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess I never felt happiness watching this. I guess I felt understanding for the characters, but I never felt like, boy, I'm having fun.
And not every movie needs to be having fun. Like it's not, because like if we look at last week of F1, that is pretty much just only fun, and
Nothing
there's
but
not a whole
fun,
lot of
yes.
anything else. Uh, I was
If
thinking
anything,
about
this is
this
the
earlier.
polar opposite
This
of F1.
pretty much polar opposite. Yes, I was thinking about this where we should start asking this question for every movie: is how rewatchable is this movie? Because now that I've seen this, I don't think I ever need to watch this again.
I wouldn't rewatch the whole movie. I would do like a supercut of like I don't know, some of the cinematography shots and things like
Sure.
that. I wouldn't I wouldn't sit down to watch all 3 hours of this because I don't think there's 3 hours worth watching.
No, there isn't. And not that every movie again has to be super rewatchable, but like
I think on some level every movie should be rewatchable.
to yeah, maybe to a certain I don't know. Just again, I think of last week F1. I was like, oh, it's not a great movie, but like I think it's pretty easily rewatchable at some point. Like that'd be a fun summer. Like, oh, let's stick it up on the blow up screen outside or something like that.
Well, I mean, I actually think now that we're talking about it, I think every movie should want you or
That's the point. Yes.
yeah, every movie should leave you wanting to watch it again. Maybe not immediately, maybe not, that same day, but you should want to watch it again. Like I can think of movies that are depressing, that are slow, and I probably own copies of them and I've watched them multiple times. I didn't feel that with this.
Well, see,
And I
that's why I
think
think
because
Oppenheimer works. Is Nolan is
exactly,
good at
exactly.
like, oh, each time you watch this, you might get something else from it, and there's it's intelligent enough to where like it's not F1. There is going to be some more thought to it, but it's not so far the other direction of like yeah,
It's
like
not
this.
Primer,
Well,
which I don't
even
know if that reference will mean anything to you, but it was
I know of it. I haven't seen it,
yeah.
but I know of it. Yes.
I tried watching it. I genuinely turned it off because I'm like, this is too heady for me. I don't understand anything that's happening.
No, several of my friends who have told me about it, they're like, I've seen this like 7 times, and I still don't know if I get it. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
cool.
So
I can't remember what
we've
was
mentioned
Felicity Jones.
Felicity Jones.
What is her ailment in this?
So she has osteoporosis.
That's what it is. Okay, I could not remember. I'm sure they explained it, but you know what? They explained it 3.5 hours ago.
And that is a lot of my criticism with a lot of things in this movie is that yes, they mentioned it once, but it was 2.5 hours ago. I don't fucking remember.
Hmm. And not
You
that
know,
you have to
it's
like
like
remind me every single scene exactly like word for word, because I think
yeah,
that that's what Mission Impossible Final Reckoning does, and it's terrible that way.
Mission Impossible Final Reckoning like telegraphs everything with neon. This is like
Yes,
whispering it in
a
like
different language.
calligraphy.
Yes,
Yes.
in Hungarian. Yes.
Yeah,
The I will say the marble mine that they go
very
to
cool.
super cool, and I'm sure they actually went to a I'm like, yeah, very cool.
Yep. Yep. So we have alluded to it a couple different times. There's a there is a scene that happens in the Italian marble mine. I don't know how much we want to go into that, descriptive wise for the episode, but do we feel like it needs it? Do we feel like it even makes sense?
I don't. I see the like maybe it's like disgust plus domination thing. Like seeing someone as beneath you, as their like culture or their race. Um, but also I feel like the resolution to that was super underwhelming.
Oh, I have many thoughts about the ending, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, so I didn't see that relationship between Laszlo and Van
Harrison.
Buren, Harrison, ending well. That was also not what I was expecting it to end as.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. I get like narratively that he is raping Laszlo. We'll just say that
Yeah, that's fine.
he is raping Laszlo not because he's attracted to him, but because it's more of a hey, I'm more powerful than you, I'm better
Yes,
than you, you're
yes,
beneath me. And I
yes.
think if I want to extrapolate that out to the previous scene of why they're in Italy, when a couple hours ago, literally, when they were talking about the marble initially, back in Pennsylvania, Harrison's like, oh, I know this other guy in Rome or something like that, right? And he's talking
Hmm.
about saying, "Oh, I want to get the marble from a different place," and Laszlo overrules him. He's like, "No, I know a guy. We're gonna go to Italy, or else I won't do it." And I feel like there's a lot of little moments like that where Harrison's like, "Hey, I'm paying for this. I respect you as the architect, but like, we're gonna do things my way." And then Laszlo will, because he also has a big ambitious ego, he'll step over him, and I feel like that's kind of the breaking point in Italy where you can kind of see. I mean, maybe I'm reading way too much into it, but there's the moment where Harrison's looking down on Lazo and he's dancing with that one unnamed woman, and then he follows him outside, and then that
Hmm.
happens. It's almost like he's looking down on him and he's thinking, oh, he's getting too big. I need to show him I'm still in charge. And that's the kind of way I would rationalize it. In the other non-wordy way of, hey, this came out of nowhere, makes absolutely no sense. What are we doing? I literally paused the goddamn movie and I'm like, what the fuck? Like if I didn't want to try and rationalize it and talk for like minutes on end to try to explain it, I would say it's super out of place and doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of how I was. I don't know. Again, by the end of this movie, and no, I'm not gonna say my attention span is so destroyed that I can't last for a normal movie. Again, by the end, I was just like, dude, I'm done. I don't.
It genuinely took me 2 days to watch this.
Oh, dude, I think it took me three at least.
And again, I'm right there with you on the fact that like I'm not like, brain rot, I can't concentrate for more than 5 minutes. So that's not me. Like
Hmm.
we we were just talking about Oppenheimer. That's a long, drawn out, dense
Yes,
movie.
yes,
It comes down to the fact that this one is just boring.
yeah, yeah. I think it's just meant for. Oh, well, it's definitely a passion project for the director because I mean, I've seen several interviews about it. This with him.
Sure.
But I guess I think it's just for apparently not us, but like I think the people who liked it are the like they like the long form, super slow, like and like I think we've realized after 55 5 episodes plus special features. Hint, hint, people. There's lots to listen to, but not every movie is going to be for everyone, and that's also,
Absolutely.
I mean, that is true for us. I mean, there have been movies where I'm like, oh, I'm a big fan of this, and Hayden isn't, and vice versa. So, uh, yeah. But again,
Yeah.
I'm glad that I've seen this.
Because I've been meaning to
But
for, well
mhm,
over a year.
yes, yeah, it's been on my HBO watch list for a long time. Uh, and like I said, some of the cinematography, the acting is great. The music, I want to listen to. I couldn't find it on. I have to do some more googling, but the actual vocalist song that played when he's on heroin in the marble mine dancing, I liked a lot.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because everything else is just, mostly instrumental, but I
Sure.
want to find that. But yeah, again, glad I saw it. Don't, personally speaking, I don't think I really need to see it again. I don't know if I'd really recommend it to people.
I mean, that's what I was going to ask. Would you recommend this to someone?
That would be a very specific recommendation with probably some asterisks of like, hey, I will recommend this, but you should know before watching it these things, kind of thing.
Yeah. I would also I mean, I would recommend it if I knew they liked that kind of a thing because I wouldn't,
Well,
I wouldn't recommend this to someone who wanted something that was fun, I guess.
sure, and even when I'd recommend it, I'd probably say, "Hey, watch it over several days."
Or, really get comfortable with some coffee or something.
Yeah, yeah, something. Jesus, take some Adderall, put this on, and like get into like crocheting or something. I don't fucking.
So, I think something that frustrates me about the runtime is that there's not enough story to fill it. Like, yes, the story is about him both, learning to be American in a way and then also making this building, but like, there's not enough classic protagonist antagonist conflict resolution actually going on. There's just little vignettes, and then we're going to flash forward a couple years. We're going to see another sad vignette, and we're going to flash forward another couple years. We're going to see another little sad vignette about this guy's life.
Mhm.
It didn't feel like I was watching a story.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I mean, obviously, Harrison Van Buren does turn out to be the antagonist. That's not apparent until the Italian rape scene.
Yeah, which
Like,
again, that's after you've been
that's
watching the
two
movie for over
hours.
2 hours.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying that needs to happen at all, and I'm certainly not saying that needs to happen earlier in the movie, but like, I don't know, should plant some more obvious seeds that he is a bad actor. Plant some more obvious seeds that he's not a good guy. Because
And there
up
again,
until that point,
there are subtle little lines here and there, but
I mean, I
yeah,
don't know. I guess to me it felt like really out of nowhere. And then the ending, I think, was rushed.
yeah, yeah. Like, oh, we should probably just talk about the ending now. But like,
We should.
uh, wife confronts him. Uh, he's like, "Fuck off," and then he just disappears, and they can't find him.
Right? And
I'm
I
like,
had to
"All right,
Google, it's like,
cool."
okay, what just happened? And they're like, oh,
He
he
get
just disappeared. What,
Yeah,
is he dead? What the fuck?
yeah, fuck it. And then like, I feel like Laszlo did not get his laurels at the end. I don't know. Like, yes, they show him as the old man, like getting shown around his own
Not very
stuff,
good
but
old
like,
age makeup either.
yeah, that was my thought too. I even noticed that
Like
earlier
he
on in
just
the
kind of
movie when they
looked
tried to age him up.
gray. Like
It
he
looked like
just
they took gray like hairspray and put it in his hair.
it was I thought the whole idea to flash forward to the 80s and skip over him actually making all these buildings that we're supposed to laud him for was a very
Hmm.
weird choice. Like we could have cut down other portions of the movie and showed him making those buildings in like a montage or something. It just felt like a cop out as a way to save budget. Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, again,
So
there are parts that I feel like they could have cut out, and then like I feel like with so many movies for you and I, a lot of it is just editing of things that they could have cut and things they should have just left. Yeah, I don't know.
I am glad I watched it. Probably wouldn't rewatch it. There's certainly things that I enjoyed about it, but there are, I think, more things that frustrated me.
Hmm. I agree.
Well, is there anything else you want to say about this before we move on?
No, I think oh, does it bucket?
No, because there's not enough recognizable like tangible object thing in this movie that you could really base it around. Like, I mean, I guess you could have a building that you fill up with popcorn, but that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because I was like, okay, maybe the building with the cross, but I'm like, there's no movie
Oh,
theater that would do that.
actually, speaking of the building of the cross, am I alone in thinking that thing was fucking ugly?
Again, well, that's just the whole brutalist thing.
I mean, I get it. It's just we spent all this time about him making this building, and that's what it looked like.
I felt like there should have been more like ta-da, like more grandiose, like this is the thing.
Instead of just kind of idly mentioning it in the '80s flash forward. Yeah,
Oh, and like the whole bit where they're like basically searching through that building in the dark looking
I
for
thought that was kind
Harrison.
of a cool moment. I
It was
thought
cool,
we'd
but
find Harrison, but
it was so dark that I couldn't even see what the fuck was going on.
by that point in the runtime, the sun had gone down, so I wasn't suffering that badly.
Yeah, I couldn't see shit.
So no, I
Um,
don't think it buckets.
because I agree that I feel like this could have been really interesting if like instead of brutalism, like maybe it was something like the other side of it, where it was like everything is like super ornate and super crazy over the top. Something I don't know. Because yes, I agree. Because looking at that, I was like, all right, this is kind of fucking lame, but all right.
That's true. That's true. Okay, well, we've just done Does It Bucket. We are now going to segue into what we've watched, what we're looking forward to. I think both of our lives recently have become a little bit busy, but Duncan, what have you watched recently?
Yeah, speaking of busy, I am like 6 days behind on doing my own podcast, so I'll
Damn.
eventually, dude. Yeah.
I'm thinking
So
of recording my first episode for my solo
nice.
one tomorrow, but
Do it. Yes.
it's
So
just going to be like an intro thing, right? Just talk vaguely about the episode, and that'll
mhm,
be like sticky pinned to the top of the page.
sure. Hey, gotta start somewhere. That's fine. I don't know when it's been. So this is as of 9 days ago. Excuse me. So whatever. But
Sure, sure.
uh, I watched Mamma Mia for the first time.
That's a fun movie.
Pretty fun, and I watched it like splitting a bottle of wine with someone. So I was like,
That
you know,
is the best way to do it. Like that is a movie you watch and drink at the same time because every single actor and actress in that movie was drunk
yes.
when they were acting.
Well, literally, my letterbox review for this, I said, like the people in the movie, I was absolutely ripped while watching this. So from what I
Yeah,
remember, pretty fun.
yeah.
I finally saw Gladiator 2,
I'm sorry to
and
hear that.
I honestly, I will probably, when I do eventually, I'll probably try tomorrow at this point to record my own podcast, but I will probably spend a good portion of it just talking about this because, wow, it is so obvious why Russell Crowe was like, nah, I'm good.
Well, he was dead.
Well, yes, but like, you say that, but there,
Do
I
they
don't
bring
know.
back people back to life in it?
No, but like they reference so much from the first one, and then they basically try to remake it, and it's shitty. They use
That's
bats, like it's like really from start to finish, it's not good. Like in the first 10 minutes, there's like a battle scene. It's terrible. Like it looks like it was made in
even
like
in the trailers. The
2010.
like the CGI looked cheap.
Yes, that actually I thought that throughout the movie a lot because there's all this stuff in the Coliseum. Did it looked and it felt cheap. Uh, and again, because the story, I don't know, basically the story is just the original as a remake almost. Like yes, it's a quote unquote continuation, but it's
That's a shame.
literally like the movie starts as like, oh hey, it was going to be a republic like Marcus Aurelius wanted it, but psych, we didn't do that, and now we still need to do that at some point. So yeah, it's literally the same fucking movie, and it's just not good.
And is Denzel Washington even attempting any kind of an accent, or is he just
Oh
being
no, there's
himself?
no, he's literally just being like, hey, I am the cool black guy in ancient Rome, and like he does that well. But that's like the whole bit. Um, I thought uh, there's two emperors, like they're twin brothers that basically take over as emperor. They're not like by a bloodline or anything. One's
Isn't one
got
of
some.
them?
One of them is Human Torch, or is going to be
That's what I
Human
was gonna
Torch.
say.
He was from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I don't recognize the other one, and the other one has, like, mental, like, stuff going on. They could have been an interesting dynamic, but they just fucking did nothing with them. Pedro Pascal just didn't need to be in this movie. Like, his whole character's just a whole I don't know, there's a whole character arc for him that I'm like, "Dude, this doesn't fucking need to be in this." Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so yes, I will probably talk more of that on, Dunk's Movie Corner. From there, I feel like I needed, like, a palate cleanse of something that is, like, maybe at least I know it's going to be not amazing, but it's at least gonna be good. So I rewatched The Big Lebowski because it was just on,
You think that's a good movie?
I've come around to it. I think it's
It's a little bit too out there for me. I've tried several times to get into it, and it's so bizarre and weird.
yeah, uh, I like 65% of it, is probably what I would say.
That's okay, that's fair.
And then that auto played once I had done with that. I didn't choose it, but it started playing Get Shorty, which that's a great
It's a
movie.
fucking banger movie.
Dude, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man, I could that's such a fun movie. So I watched
I mean,
that.
do we wanna do that as an episode eventually?
We could. I wouldn't be I mean, I don't know how much I could talk for an entire episode about it, but I mean,
Fair,
Danny
fair.
DeVito, John Travolta, Gene Hackman. There's a ton of people in it. And then I finished with The Brutalist, which we just talked about. But again, that's over almost at this point 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like you said, we've both been busy. What have you been watching, if anything?
So I got out to the theaters and I saw Jurassic World Rebirth. Genuinely had a great time.
That's what our dad said, and I was like, what?
I okay, so I understand the reviews of being like, "Oh, this is just Jurassic Park again." Yeah, that's the fucking point. We just had 3 straight movies of we're gonna do something new and we're gonna have all these new things with Chris Pratt, and it's just like, yeah, and they were trash. I am 100% fine with just going back to doing the we're gonna strand some people on an island and chase them around for a couple days with some dinosaurs. I am 100% fine with that.
Wait, well,
It
hold
is
on. So Jurassic Park did that, sure. Didn't the first Jurassic World do that, sort of? Just not as well?
so you may have noticed I posted a whole thing
I
on our
probably
stories, but
noticed. Either way, yeah.
I was feeling jazzed about it. I wrote some things on
Mhm.
Instagram about it. Um, so technically, yes, it is just kind of a hollow retreading of the first Jurassic Park. I feel like this one is actually more artistic because Gareth Edwards is more of an artsy cinematography heavy director, I feel.
Okay.
Like there's lots of really nice color grading, there's lots of really nice fog shots of like dinos walking through some mist and things like that. It was
Okay.
visually very very solid. I think I think the cast is a little weak, primarily because Scarlett Johansson, they don't give her much to do. They build her up, you're like, oh, she's this badass mercenary. And then she doesn't really do much the whole movie. She just kind of
Hmm.
accompanies Jonathan Bailey. But they make a fun enough pair, so I didn't mind that much. You got um Rupert Friend, who we've now seen in a couple different things,
Yes.
show up as the sort of bad guy, and he's fun as playing a shitty businessman who's trying to
Okay.
steal dino DNA.
Okay. Which
Um,
again, I feel like they did that in a previous one, but whatever.
they did, but I feel like even though this is essentially just a return to form with some really just incredible CGI and some fun character designs, even if it's just a return to form, after all of the crap that they've tried to put out, I am 100% fine with them just making a good, solid Jurassic Park movie that doesn't really try a whole bunch of new things, but just does the familiar things well. So I think it's good on that front. I think if you go in expecting some reinvention of the wheel, you might be disappointed like the quote unquote professional reviewers, but I left that theater smiling. I had a great time.
Okay. Well, again, I just like the movies I've seen that you haven't, I can't comment or anything because I
Sure.
haven't seen it. So
I
okay,
think if you do decide to watch it, you definitely need to go in with the right mindset of like, oh, I'm here to watch something fun with some nice visuals. You shouldn't go in expecting, some kind of deep movie. It's just a Jurassic Park sequel. So I don't
that's
know.
fair.
I had a great time.
Okay,
Um and then this evening I got out to the Blue Mouse Theater over in Tacoma and I watched a showing of The Fly, which is always a fun time. Get to see Jeff Goldblum like melt and transform into a super disgusting fly monster, and Gina Davis screams a lot. It's a classic. Cannot recommend that enough if you want some fun 80s monster movie. That's a great one. And then I haven't also had a whole lot of other time just because work has been super picking up, and I genuinely on Monday. No. Monday we went up for some stuff with the family, but like on Tuesday after the movie, I came home and just like immediately fell asleep. On Wednesday, I watched half the Brutalist and then fell asleep during the fucking intermission.
hmm
And so on Thursday, I ended up just watching the second half of it. So I've been dog tired this whole week. So I have not had the
yeah.
chance to watch a lot of other stuff.
When I think it was Wednesday to Thursday. I think I slept for like 13 hours or something like that, like midnight to like 1 p.m. or something like that. Yeah. Uh, if you're looking, folks, for something a little bit lighter and maybe more palatable and maybe more ridiculous than The Brutalist, next week we'll be talking about Starship Troopers, which
Another
I
complete tone opposite.
I like that we jump around.
Yeah,
Um, I don't remember what it came out. I believe it's on Netflix. I think it's either 80s or 90s. I
it's
think it
it's
might have
like middle '90s.
been. Okay. Either way, it's bad. We're gonna have fun with it,
It's
though.
great.
We're gonna have fun with it. And if you again have suggestions on things we should be watching, obviously reach out. Thanks for listening. This has
Well,
been.
I had one more thing I wanted to mention.
Oh yeah, okay.
So Christopher Nolan has decided to put out the trailer for the Odyssey
I haven't seen it
only in
yet. Don't tell me.
theaters.
Don't tell me.
Oh, so do you not want me to talk about it at all then?
Well, I haven't seen it. I don't want to talk about it yet.
Okay. Well, I'll just mention that they did play it before the Jurassic Park Rebirth movie, but if
I
we don't
think
want
it.
to talk about it, that's fine.
I think they've only put it for Superman and Jurassic Park are the only things they put it out for.
Correct. And then I think he's also doing it for Fantastic Four at the end of the month.
Okay, well then I'll probably have access to it for that. But um, I think we've both seen this that they've already released tickets and they've already sold out,
That's fucking
which is
nuts.
nuts. I mean, honestly, I think that's awesome, but that is nuts.
I don't want to sound like overly pretentious, even though I know I probably came across that way when we were talking about Brutalist, but like that's great for quote unquote cinema that we are
Yes, no, I think
selling
that's
out
awesome.
theaters a year in advance for a movie that we only have 3 minutes of footage for. That is
hmm
craziness.
Well, okay, that's him being consistently solid for
Oh yeah.
both like viewership and like the industry for the last like 20 years.
hmm
Yeah.
And then the other bit of news is that Nintendo and Warner Brothers announced today they have cast their live action Legend of Zelda movie.
No, I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. Some of our listeners might care.
And actually I kind of forgot about this, but they did release Tron Ares, like an actual trailer.
I know there's a full trailer. I'm actually not gonna watch it. I'm already kind of sold on watching it, and I don't want to see more stuff.
I'll
I
be
want to be
honest,
as
I
surprised as
think
possible.
the teaser was better than the trailer.
Oh, really?
Like the trailer definitely explains like it actually makes like you kind of know what the plot is going to be. But I think as like for vibes of like selling you on the movie, I think the teaser was better.
Interesting.
But I think that's not coming out till October sometime.
October the 10th, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds like something.
I don't know, folks. We're both tired. It's 12:30 in the morning.
Thanks for
On that
listening.
note, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed our
And
discussion about the Brutalist, even if we didn't love it. Join us again next week for Starship Troopers for some much more lighthearted content. Thanks for your support, and we'll see you next time.